Hell yeah. Guess who didn't check where we left off last time? This girl. Oh, right, we started on Rebecca, didn't we? Should I check? I should check. Let me check. Okay, let's see. Is that what that says? Yeah. Yeah. Yes! Yes, I saved in the right spot. Let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the letter. How's everybody doing? It's summer. It's hot. I got a tiny fan blowing on me, which I really hope you can't hear. If you can, then feel the lovely cool breeze. I'm scared to play this, but don't worry. It's daytime. The sun is shining. It's hot outside. I'm a little cold, but that's gonna be okay. We're gonna be cool. Let me just move my boy over here. There we go. We ready? Let's read. This is how it begins, or so they say, with a gentle wind drifting through the wide-open windows, muffled laughter and footsteps fading behind empty hallways, and the light kiss from the afternoon sun. Ah. Soon there will be a call, a crossing of thresholds into the unknown. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we're off on some grand adventure, or diving into another gripping mystery. Hold on a second, I gotta check something. We got 2 people left after Rebecca. Okay. Oh, fucking loop though. One can't really tell. For all I know, a hero might even come sweep me off my feet if I'm lucky.
That's not exactly a bad thing when you think about it.
That'd be great. But this is far from one, isn't it? A riveting tale, that is. I mean, it's riveting. In a different kind of riveting, though. It's riveting to the point where I abandoned this game for about a half a year and then come back. The mild breeze, the faint murmurs, the warm rays painting every nook and cranny a fiery hue. They're all as real as they can get. As much as I want to write a little tale out of this, I'm far from someone who can. Fleeting fancies. Ooh. That's what these are. Merely passing thoughts to occupy an idle mind while waiting for another busy workday to end. Then again, maybe in another life, I am one, who knows? But at present, what I have and what have I chosen to be? Well,
I won't last years here if I find teaching rowdy adolescents a tedious job, will I?
Admittedly, the whole affair isn't exactly exactly as grand or exciting as I had imagined as a child. If I weren't so stubborn and too passionate about the whole idea, I probably would have quit a long time ago. You think a lot, girl. You think a lot. But it's always the kids that make it worthwhile, isn't it? As if in agreement, as soon as my pen slides into a neat circle against the paper I'm grading, the final— Did someone just get a 0? Did she just write a 0 on someone's page? Or was it 100? I hope it wasn't a 0. God bless. Like a dam that is open, students begin piling out into the hallway soon after. For a short minute, I let the noise fill my ears, let my mind wander to a place far removed from all the hubbub. Solitary moments like this have come few and far between lately. Even my own home hasn't been as quiet as I usually prefer. Oh my god, she thinks so much. Though in hindsight, the entire place hasn't been the same either since Isabella moved in next door. I didn't know she was next door. And if her fussing over a minor cold last week tells me anything, I might as well throw any idea of solitude out the nearest balcony, so long as she lives nearby. At the memory, my eyes automatically shift over to the bottle sitting at the edge of my desk. A chuckle escapes from me as I reach for it. Ha! Oh, cough medicine.
A little ball of energy and enthusiasm. That big baby.
Fuck. Mother hen, she calls me, and then says and does the same thing right after. It's not that I'm unused to being on the receiving end of other people's worries, or I feel any sort of apprehension over her fretting. Whoo! It's been a while since I've read so much. Oh my god. If I'm to be completely honest, it's actually amusing how someone can be childlike one minute and then act like a responsible adult the next. But there's a dissonance there, both in her actions and words. Although she may not look like it, may not say anything, may not lose her cheer one way or another, I know these troubles have weighed down on her lately. Her face says it all. That big numpity. If she thinks I won't notice, she's got another thing coming for her. That's how she's always been. I do understand that part loud and clear. It's just that I'd really rather not pass another burden onto her.
Or become one
What
myself.
the fuck are we talking about? I don't even know what we're talking about. We're talking... Aren't I supposed to be the one taking care of them? Though I guess that's simply one of those things people eventually grow away from, once you've all started leading different lives. Not completely different, I hope. Somehow, that thought makes me feel uneasy. Thankfully, my phone buzzes and breaks me from my goddamn thoughts. Before stranger ideas can take root in my head, a faint buzzing comes from my bag, cutting through the rest of my thoughts. A small frown forms on my lips when the screen lights up and an unknown number flashes. For a long second, my thumb hovers over the answer button, even the voice that responds. Once I do accept the call, it's wholly unfamiliar.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, goodness. Finally, it connects.
Hang on.
Hello? Is this Miss Gales? Rebecca Gales?
No.
Yes, Yes, speaking. Who is this?
Oh, sorry. Rose Cooper, Briar Realty Corporation.
Oh, on that one dead chick.
Briar Realty?
My frown deepens as I straighten from my chair. Something in her tone, despite sounding remarkably friendly and light, doesn't sit quite well with me. The rigid pause that follows doesn't help ease the tension that has suddenly descended either.
Miss Cooper?
Miss Cooper?
Yes. Things are a bit busy on my end. I apologize.
What fuck do you want, though?
I'm not certain if Isabella has mentioned anything before, but we're working together on a property at the moment, and...
The Armengard Mansion, yes. She said something about that earlier.
You know what I love? Y'all know what I love. I love candy cane chapstick.
Is there a problem?
This is about Isabella, actually.
She wastes no time relaying everything. The details provided are admittedly a bit vague, but enough for me to get a gist of what happened. This isn't the bad sort I'm expecting, though still worrying. Especially with words panic attack and pale looking a bit sickly. I almost said stickly. Woven together in one foreboding sentence. But as quickly as it surfaces, I stomp down on the urge to demand answers right there and then. Now isn't the proper time for useless questions. I find out soon enough regardless. To Miss Cooper's credit, she neither hesitates nor falters all throughout. There's some sort of comfort in knowing Isabella has someone like her to guide her, though not as much as I would have liked. After all, this is Isabella we're talking about. What are the chances she set a bunch of excuses so she won't get sent home? High. Very high. Oh, she's so going to hear it this time.
You were listed as one of her emergency contacts, so I thought it'd be best you know about this.
How is she? Is she doing okay?
I had her take a break for now, but honestly, I'd feel better if someone would pick her up and take her home for some rest. Anthem's a fair distance from Luxspawn. I really don't want her going off on her own. I'd do it myself, but you know how it is today. Big day. People everywhere until the open house ends. I'm really sorry to ask this of you, Miss Gales. I know you're busy.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was just about to leave from work. I hope to leave early today anyway. A few minutes ahead wouldn't hurt. I can be there in a few, 30, 40 minutes tops. Is that all right?
More than fine, Miss Gales, thank you. We're supposed to be here until... Oh, excuse me. One moment, please. Yes, ma'am.
A faint hum of conversation echoes from her end, and it sounds as though the place is buzzing with more people than you expect from a regular house. I was skeptical at first. The house is old, not to mention its inconvenient location in the Luxembourg outskirts. I got an itchy leg. Ooh. Who wants to live in a place almost an hour's drive away from the comforts of the city? But from what little I can hear, it appears Isabella has every right to be optimistic about the sale. If I didn't understand why she was so adamant in refusing my offer to help before, I think I do now, to some degree.
We'll be resuming the tour soon. Yes, thank you. Sorry about that. I really need to get this thing going. Lord knows how I'll salvage the situation here. It shouldn't be anything complicated, but still, clients. They can be difficult when they want to be. Anyway, just look for me when you get here, alright? I shouldn't be too hard to miss.
Please describe yourself.
No problem. Thanks for letting me know about this. Just make make sure Isabella stays put, please? Heaven knows how stubborn that girl can be.
Oh, believe me, I know. Don't worry about it. I'll have a few of our staff keep an eye on her for me until you get here.
That's all I'm asking. I appreciate it.
What the bubbly fuck was that noise? Are there ghosts in my house? Better not be, it's daytime. Better fucking wait. The whole thing ends on a surprisingly pleasant note. If only the same can be said for the news she brought. I'll allow myself a brief minute to pass to ease whatever tension has latched itself firmly to my nerves, but no matter how much I wish for it, my mind stubbornly refuses to do so. My hands are unsteady against the paper I pretend to arrange after. Lucid thoughts, every single ounce of it grimmer than the other, grows with each passing second I linger. Something about this whole thing, along with the sudden unease and nagging worry, screams off. Wrong. This isn't the riveting tale I've hoped to step into today. What the fuck is she talking about half the time? Even on a rush, getting everything in order before leaving takes nearly a good quarter hour. By the time I make it out of the classroom, the commotion has already died down, dwindling to mere echoes and distant laughter. From the nearby room, melodies from the rehearsing band drift freely into the air, filling the almost empty hallway with their warm, lively tunes. Any other day I'd stop, bask in the music, and enjoy what little peace it brings. Not today, however. My steps are brisk, and sure as I march to Edward's Hall's exit. The sooner I confirm suddenly my brain has just turned off. It has stopped working. The sooner I confirm Isabella is okay, the sooner I can shake off this niggling feeling. For one reason or another, that single call, of all possible things, has thrown everything off kilter. I'd rather this be over with as quickly as possible. So much that I nearly barrel over a student in my haste. Good God, fucking... Though perhaps it's really the other way around. Why does it look like we're in a high school? You're like 2 feet tall. When I look down, a set of eyes, bright and hopeful, stare back at me. Her arms are wrapped around my waist like a vice, and at my attention, a grin spreads over her face.
Buenas tardes, Miss Pink.
What?
Hello, Kylie. You know, you aren't supposed to run into people like that.
Sorry, Miss Pink.
Pretty positive that's not my last name. She loosens her hold on me, but not a hint of guilt or regret appears on her. If anything, it seems the remark only amused her. A smile appears on my face before I can help it, matching the one on her own.
Just remember not to do it again, all right? You could get hurt.
You sound like my mama when she's scolding Rowan, Miss Pink.
Is my last name Pink? It cannot be.
I'm sure your mama only means well. I know she'll be worried sick if one of you were to get hurt.
No. Just making sure.
Where's your brother anyway? Aren't you two supposed to be heading home now?
Rowan said he's got some stuff he needs to do before we go. I think he's taking too long. But he promised to buy me jelly babies today. If I keep what he's doing a secret from Mama and Papa.
We doing some drugs?
Any chance you'll tell Miss Pink about it?
God damn it. She shakes her head, both her hands going to her mouth as if to keep a precious secret from spilling out.
I made a promise. He said it's for Tia Luke.
Are you Spanish? Wait.
Oh, something like a gift?
I don't remember her using words like this before.
Like a deal. Tio promised to take him somewhere cool when he's old enough. Rowan's gonna prove he's a grown-up.
Laughter slips free from my lips. The teacher in me wants to give whoever this Tio is a reprimand for bringing about this kind of behavior in a child. Wow! I've never seen behavior spelt like that. I mean, I understand why it is, but my god. If both Sarah's kids, I see, are so fond of him, there shouldn't be anything to worry about, yes? At any rate, there's nothing but well-behaved, both Kylie and her brother. Rowan, the eldest, may have an occasional odd streak in him in and out of class, but their parents taught them well. I see no reason to cast any suspicion of bad behavior on them.
As long as it isn't anything dangerous, all right?
It's not. Cross my heart. My drawings are a lot prettier than what he's doing anyway. Tio said so.
What the fuck are you talking
Do you want to
about?
see? I drew one earlier at class.
Is that why you're here?
Not really. I was gonna show it to my friend first. But since it's you, I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you see it before she does.
Oh, no. I can't stay right now, Kylie.
Her face falls immediately after the words are out. A small part of me feels responsible for the crestfallen look, but as much as I want to stay a little longer, there's another place I need to be at right now. And frankly, another child to look after. Hey. Taking both of her hands, I kneel in front of her and muster the most rueful smile I can give. At her age, I'm quite sure she already understands what I'm about to say before they're even out. But remarkably, she doesn't look away or pout as I'm expecting her to.
I'm sorry. You know what? Rowan has a class with me on Monday around this time. Why don't you drop by again next week? After class? I'll even make sure to wait for you. It's just that I absolutely must leave now. My friend had an accident earlier, and I'm the only one she has here.
What about her mama and papa?
Her family lives really far from here, I'm afraid. Do you remember where Asia is? The southeast part? That's where they are.
Her eyes immediately light up at my question. Just like that, I know I've earned the girl's forgiveness.
Oh, just like Takako.
Who?
Same.
My friend. She said she used to live there, only just a little higher than southeast. But she hasn't come home in a long time, so she doesn't remember much about it anymore. Melody says it's weird I talked to her, but I think she's just shy.
Who's Melody?
They could be good friends too. Don't you think so, Miss Pink?
Oh my god.
Maybe if you introduce them properly, they will be.
That's what I think. Takako's just lonely.
I have
if
to
she meets
go.
more friends, she won't be anymore.
I have to leave.
Is your friend like that too?
Help.
A little, possibly. To be honest,
We
sometimes
have to go.
I can't tell with her.
After all, Isabella has always been the kind to hold a smile, even when things have taken a turn for the worse. 5 years and one will think it's enough time to know a person. But when you consider it, come to think of it, all these years I've never, not even once, seen her cry. Not over a trivial matter, even when things are tough.
Okay, you can go to her. I'll just show you my drawing next time.
Thank you. Remind me to buy you a huge glass of parfait, all right?
No, I'll get a stomachache. Takako says so. A small one is okay.
I'll remember that. Say hi to your friend for me.
I will. I'm sure she'd love to meet you too.
I'll see you later, Kylie.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling
Stop that.
down. London
Stop.
Bridge is falling
No, I
down.
don't like that song.
My fair lady.
Don't. She doesn't look back or wait for any sort of goodbye from me. With a song and an extra spring in her step, she bounds across the corridor with as much spirit as any child her age can have. As if the conversation has never taken any downhill turn for her at all. As if there isn't a single thing to worry about in the world. Not long after, she disappears behind the door, leaving behind strains of an old familiar rhyme lingering in the air. Carefree, unbidden, untroubled moments like this, I envy her. And as I resume my hurried pace, a tiny whisper at the back of my mind wishes the same can be said for myself and my own worries. Whew, being an adult's hard. Did I never hear this music before? Beep beep. Luxborn may be a small city, but no stranger to hellish rush hour traffic. But surprisingly, getting out of the city today proves more of a breeze than a hassle. A relief considering none of my calls to Isabella have made it through. Either the reception's really bad over there, or she's ignoring them on purpose. Both does nothing to ease the disquiet in me. The rest of my drive passes without much incident as soon as I'm out of the busy streets. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this music. Hell yeah. In less than 30 minutes, the mansion looms ahead of me. I hate this place. Fucking hate this place. For all the fuss Isabella made about the house, it reminds... That noise. That noise. It's like someone is in a small room with like 100 plastic bags. Just trying to get out. For all the fuss Isabella made about this house, it remains a thing of beauty. Unlike Luxborn, the estate in the nearby Ansem village stands as a complete opposite, Living and breathing the songs of the old, whispers of once booming, having lingering in the air. Can you not talk like that? Contemporary conveniences aside, it's a place I'm glad, modernization, hasn't wholly touched.
It's just a shame the locals know more of the silly hearsay than the history itself. If I could only knock some sense into these people.
Stop worrying about that. Sadly, complaining is all I can afford to do. As much as I want to give them peace of my mind, it isn't why I'm here. I don't think these rich types will appreciate getting a lecture from me either. I have as much business with them as they have with me. With a heavy sigh, I give myself one last second to take in the scenery before heading up the main entrance. I don't like this place. Most of the guests are already heading out, though some still linger. It's mainly just to take photos of the house's facade or its various rooms. I pause for a moment, scanning the small crowd gathered at the foyer, looking for a sign of a familiar ponytail among the sea of hats and heads.
No sign of her.
No sign of the other staff or Miss Cooper anywhere, either. I can certainly look for Isabella on my own, but this place is big. I'd be lucky if I didn't end up lost or find her before we need to meet with Zachary and Ash tonight. I forgot those are people. Dude, didn't we kill Zachary, though? Didn't we just downright murder that man? We ended his life. Sighing, I reach for my mobile and redial her, the gesture, familiar now after many attempts earlier. If she doesn't answer, I can still try contacting Miss Cooper. I just hope the network reception will cooperate this time. I mean, it doesn't sound like it is. This side of the country has never been popular with the tech-savvy, after all. Beep, beep, beep. Ugh. To my relief, it only took 3 unsuccessful tries. Oh hey, look at that! At the 4th one, right as it's about to switch to another intercept message, the line finally rings. Silence follows while I wait for it to pick up. By now, most of the visitors have already cleared out. How am I supposed to read with this in my ear? All I have for company are the faint murmurs and an eerie calmness left in their wake. A sudden hush settles and gives way to noises louder than they ever meant to be. Answer the phone! I don't care. Sorry, there was no possible way I was going to read any of that. Any of that just filler, honestly. Because I saw her talking about the fucking floorboards. It's like, you know what? I am not gonna describe the house while I got a sharp ringing in my ear. Not a second later, a click sounds from the other end.
Hello? Isabella?
Oh!
Miss Cooper called
Fuck
earlier.
no! Give me my Quagsire plush! Quagsire! Oh god, okay. I got my Quagsire. We're good. Woo! Who's gonna turn my headset down? I don't want to.
Isabella? Belle? Are you alright?
Quagsire, what do you make of this? He doesn't like it. Without any warning, the call gets cut off. It's alright, Quagsire. You don't have to be scared. Busy notes blare sharply against the heavy silence. Quagsire? I know it's scary here. You don't even have to look. You don't even have to look, my friend. Quagsire plush, it's gonna be alright. I will comfort you. Whenever I play this game, there must be some kind of plush or stuffed animal or anything for me to hold on to. It's alright. We got a Quagsire this time. Maybe next time I'll grab my Psyduck. He smells like lavender. They went to Build-A-Bear and build a Psyduck. It's the best. But above the noise cutting through the mute air remains the faint cries of a woman. From beyond the foyer. My hand falls to my side as I cast a wary look around, waiting for someone to come running. Surely I can't be the only one hearing this. Do you hear it, Quagsire? Oh, he doesn't hear it. He doesn't want to hear it. You can sit right there, friend. Sit right there. Everything's gonna be fine. There must still be some staff hanging around, checking things out, but no one does. Not even when I hear sobs turn more frantic and anguished.
Excuse me?
Woo!
Hello? Who's there? Isabella?
Sad.
Isabella? Is that you?
No answer. Growing anxious, I amble over to where her cries come from. Like a dumbass, each step slow and cautious towards the door on the other end of the room. While I'm far from someone who readily gives into fear or stories lacking factual basis, The vague, restless feeling I have earlier immediately returns to me, and despite myself, my heart begins to race and my breath quickens.
Belle?
Quagsire?
Belle, it's me.
Quagsire, it's me.
Miss Cooper called.
I want to put a little hat
Is everything
on it.
okay?
Do I have like a little cowboy hat? I'm gonna get Quagsire a hat. Oh, fuck no. I'm just gonna back the fuck up. Let me just scoot over. Oh, yeah. And turn my headset down. Yeah, that's the stuff. Abruptly, all of it stops. I'm scared. My whole body tense, mouth dragging in a ragged breath, eyes straining for any other sound yet to come from the other side. I hear a motorcycle. Hold on, let that pass. That's so fucking loud. Okay. But nothing follows. I'm like hiding behind my microphone. Instead, the quiet only lends itself to the heavy tension in the air, as if every small movement will disrupt the fragile stillness hanging in the air. My microphone will save me. I wait for another second, then with a caution I reach for the knob. Dumb bitch, don't! My fingers barely graze the brass handle when a hand falls on my shoulder. This better be a human hand. It better belong to a person with mass. Like, I could touch their hand and my hand would not go through their hand. Actual hand. Be a hand.
Excuse me.
Thank
Ma'am?
fucking God.
Oh,
I'm ready to
I
fight.
am so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
Same. I was ready to
No,
fucking throw hands.
It's
Whoo, this place sucks. Steering my gaze shifts back to the door, as if any second now the cries will start again, or whoever's inside will burst out of the room. But I don't get to dwell on these. Whew, I'm out of breath. The woman's worried voice breaks through the haze in my mind again, oddly soothing in the thick of my unease. Even if the concerned look comes from a total stranger, finally being in the company of someone else is somehow comforting.
Ma'am? Are you okay?
Anything but.
Oh, no, I'm fine. This is probably just some cold.
Do you need to sit down?
No need. I'm actually looking for a friend.
I wave the mobile in front of her. Like the gesture alone explains everything. Vaguely, I note my tight grip on it and quickly slip it into my pocket before she notices. She doesn't need to know.
Well, I'm not really sure if your friend would still be here. We're actually about to close the open house in a few minutes,
Called
ma'am.
me, you dumb bitch.
No worries. She's not a guest here. She works for Briar Realty. Miss Cooper called me earlier. In fact, I'm also looking for her.
Recognition flashes in her eyes, and her worried expression dissolves into a smile at once. It's all I need to know that I don't have to look elsewhere or venture deeper into the mansion on my own. In some way, I'm not too keen on the latter right now.
Oh, Miss Rebecca Gales, is it?
Yes. Sorry if I'm a bit late.
It's not a problem. I was busy with the open house and a few clients anyway. It's actually a good thing you came when you did. Let's see. Isabella should be here somewhere.
God, we lost her.
I told her to stay put earlier. That girl never listened.
Rose? Rosie, may I have a minute? There's just this one little thing before we go.
Miss Coop, don't leave me. Miss Cooper's head immediately snaps up at a voice. In a blink, a different kind of smile spreads on her face. A smile still, friendly even, but the kind given mainly for the sake of pleasing other people rather than making friends.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there in a few.
It's an impressive thing to say the least. That level of professionalism. I suppose working years in this kind of business trains you enough to be able to pull that off without batting an eye. It certainly... Do we really have to analyze her smile? It certainly didn't seem to have rubbed off on Isabella, though.
Sorry, could you give me a second? I have to take care of this.
Don't leave me alone, please.
Don't worry
oh
about
my
it.
God, can
I understand.
come with you?
I can wait a few more minutes.
No, not alone.
Clients, right?
You won't hear anything from me. Priorities, you know? But if you want, you can stay at the parlor in the meantime. I think we have a few refreshments
I
left.
don't want to.
No, thank you. I'm going out with a few friends after this. Isabella's supposed to join us too. But that depends on how she's doing, of course.
All right, this won't be long, I promise.
She throws me an apologetic look before sauntering over to the small group gathered at the entrance. Ugh. Okay. A couple or siblings and another woman, probably their secretary. Good deduction. Either way, they look no different from the other guests. All three of them primly dressed, albeit in a manner significantly simpler than others. No frills, no extravagance of any form. But their gestures and movements alone speak volumes of their ingrained lifestyle. In their presence, I do what I can to appear inconspicuous on my side in the foyer. Of the foyer. Maybe accepting Mrs. Cooper's offer would have been a much better choice than standing around awkwardly and gaping at them. All while also attempting my best not to listen in on their conversation. But what else did we have to do? Although that one proves more difficult with how enthusiastic the blonde woman is. Her voice easily echoes through the walls with only 5 of us here. I got a hiccup again. Pretty soon, I find myself being drawn into their talk without meaning to.
Tomorrow? First thing in the morning?
First thing in the morning, ma'am.
The mundane talk isn't what catches my attention, however.
Very well. We'll have our lawyers prepare everything as soon as possible. Let's make this whole thing easier for everyone, shall we? Just let me know if there's anything you need from me. You know how to contact me, yes?
Got your mobile number saved here already.
Good. It's just a matter of time then.
The more I look at these character models, the more slightly disturbed I am. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's their eyes or if it's her teeth that are fucking freaking me out. But something is unsettling. I don't know why I'm only feeling this now. Maybe it's because I've been away for a while and I'm not used to it. It's a brief moment. A fleeting... Hey. Am I seeing shit? Or is there like a black aura behind Luke? Am I seeing shit? Am I going nuts? Or is this the game? Or did Luke just fart and he just emits a black cloud because he's such a horrible person? Is that it? A fleeting shift of my eye.
Monday for us, Marianne.
More dark behind him. I'm worried.
As long as you're positive, we won't be having any problems by that time. You can count on my team.
You worry too much.
Guys?
Let me handle those things. Do be thrilled, though. I imagine it's not every day you get projects like this,
Okay. And then the instant I turn my gaze on him, I see it. Oh, I hear you, music! What up? Let's go. Let's go, Quagsire. Let's fucking rock, dude. Where's my kazoo? Hold on a second. Let me just make sure I'm... Let's go.
Oh, I'm certain Mint's ecstatic, Buttercup. Aren't you, Marianne?
Where, though? I see the black, but I don't see the girl.
You know, we could all celebrate this with a few drinks. Why don't we? In fact, there's this really excellent Irish pub I visited a few days
no,
ago.
You fucking... She's gonna punt you, bro. Sorry, there's like hair on my mouth from my lip balm. Looming, hovering over his shoulder. Just his aura is black. Drawn to him like a moth to a flame. A dark blur. No, a shadow.
I think I'll pass on that, sir. I have more important matters to attend to.
Why does her voice acting sound so weird all of a sudden?
Darling, your liver.
Wait, is it just me, or is it like what she's hearing?
You already had a glass today, and apparently a few days ago as well.
What the fuck happened to the voice acting?
How many times do we have to remind you? Doctor's orders, remember?
I'm just hoping that's like the game and not me. I think it's Rebecca being all like, holy shit, black aura, I can't hear anything all of a sudden. Oh yeah, they're getting more muffled. But as I try to make sense of it, a heavy feeling descends over my whole body. Woo! It happens without warning, forcing me to close my eyes. The sensation creeps to every part of me, crawling under my skin and draining me little by little of any strength. Before I know it, my hand is gripping the nearby door for support. The sudden nausea drowns out their voices. Whew, and what little sound there is. All except the whispers and the laughter. Oh boy, I got my kazoo. I got Quagsire. Is there anything else I need for comfort? No, I think I'm okay. I think I'll be alright. I think we're fine. Judging, mocking, taunting, muffled, inaudible words bearing down on me like a death sentence. They wrap around my neck and limbs, binds me tightening with every syllable, every utter. Girl, are you alright? And with each draw of breath I take, they drag me down slowly, almost painfully, into a bottomless abyss. We going down! And on, till the sounds turn into mere distant echoes, until suddenly it shatters.
Well, what are we waiting for? Are we done here?
God. Good lord. His voice rips through the fog of the sharp blade, and my eyes snap open. When I look at them again, it's gone.
Just a second, darling. Send my regards to Isabel, please. Poor girl. Please let her know she doesn't have to worry and tell her to get some rest. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Likewise, ma'am.
No shadows or dark clouds, only amicable smiles and cordial handshakes. The usual pleasantries, and Miss Cooper leads them out of the mansion like a graceful host. None of the group seems to have noticed it, and even as I force my breathing to calm down, keep my eyes strained on their backs, wait for something to happen, it doesn't come back. She returns a moment later. Gently she closes the great door behind her. But there's a smile on her lips, an extra skip in her step when she walks back to me. Whatever she was discussing with the group had put her in a good mood. Even she appears to have not observed anything odd. Was I just seeing things?
Glad that was over. It's been a long day. I thought for sure we were going to... hey, are you sure you're doing okay? You look a bit green.
I look a bit green.
It's all good. I'm actually still recovering from a cold. Weather's been crazy lately.
That must be it. The weather, the stupid cold, and the friendly warnings I'm too stubborn to listen to. As much as I hate to admit it, Isabella's right. I was, and still am, a little feverish when she visited me at school this morning. The medicine helped, of course, but only some. Although it's not like I can't function, it did get better after lunch, and I was able to go through my schedule like usual. Now I'm not so sure. However, I can't keep acting like I've seen some sort of apparition when it's anything but. I simply must have listened to too many... I simply must have listened too many times to Isabella last week. My fever-muddled mind has started to confuse things. Your little eyes, itchy. If it doesn't let up, I just need another visit to my doctor, plain and simple. Though I do hope it won't get worse. We did promise to watch Zachary's film together.
I know what you mean. I've been complaining to Isabel. It doesn't seem to affect her much, though. Must be because she grew up in the tropics. Anyway, shall we? She's probably hanging out with the rest of the catering staff.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised she's there. She eats like 10 hungry men when she isn't feeling well. Lead the way.
With a small nod, she gestures for me to follow. I do so without much thought, finally putting everything in the back of my mind. Oh, we're gonna stop at the dots. I'm gonna end it here. I will see you all. We're gonna save, so y'all know, so y'all can remind me when I saved. Y'all can remind me. I'll see y'all in the next episode of bye-bye. Why did I say bye-bye when I went to my home screen? Wow, I'm really good at this whole YouTube thing. Let's go.